Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and this is part 2. I wasn't going to finish it tonight, but I was waiting for the other video to load, and now it's almost loaded, and I actually made a slip up and didn't have the microphone turned on and already did it, so I just kind of redid it. So to get this Chaplin header up here, and it does have a scroll, we're going to take this line and Control D and make a duplicate of it, and then hold down the Shift key so it will grow progressively larger. And we want it about like right in here if I'm looking right on this other badge. Now we're going to take a 2-point line and start moving and hold down the Control button. Now we're going to Control D and make a duplicate of that, and we're going to double click on it and move the rotation to the center of the page. We're going to rotate it 45 degrees. I just remembered that from the other, when I did the other video. I'm going to rotate this one, but I have to change my rotation to there and rotate it 315 degrees, which is just the opposite. Then we're going to take a virtual segment delete key and delete these two lines. Go and click on our line, go to arrange, break curve apart, and then this has been broken apart, so it's not going to take that away. Now I'm going to make this line a little bit thinner. I'm going to go to the pen tool. I'm going to make it half a point. Scale it with object, just in case we make it bigger. I'm going to hold down the Shift key and select my two lines and do the same thing to it, making it a half point black line. Now we need to delete these other lines. So we're going to take our virtual segment delete key and delete that line, delete that line, delete this line, and there's going to be lines you can't get into. But if you remember, if you have your nudge factor set on a certain number, if you take the highway patrol and nudge it out of the way, I actually must have a copy there, move it out of the way, then you can get to these lines real easily. And you could actually do the same thing. Well, let's get rid of this first. And this is what I like about the nudge factor. We could grab that circle. We'll go to the back of the page and grab that circle and nudge it out of the way. Say I had a duplicate of everything. There's those lines. And remember, I had the green first on the first video. You really want to start over when you do that if you smart fill it with something other than your original color. Now I could, and I should, take that red, and see that's what the problem is. I had too many copies. Now if we go up to arrange and break curve apart, and then if I just click on that little bitty thing, I can get it away. Break curve apart because it's the two sides. Now we can put this back, put this, we don't need that circle anymore. Now we're going to put the highway patrol back. And now we need to get rid of these leaves. Well, the outer part ones are easy because they're lines. The inner parts are like fills. So we have to actually convert them to a line. See, I've got two copies there. No, I keep clicking on this. I'm going to put it to the back of the page. There we go. Left click. I'm going to make it red for right now. Left click. I'm going to make this one black. Take the virtual segment delete key and delete the lines on this side of our new line. Then I'm going to make this line red or black. And I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool and fill in. Let's zoom in. I've got a little leak. I must have done something. So you know what I think when I clicked on this a while ago and moved it ever so slightly. Let's just back up. I think I moved something ever so slightly. So let's do those first. Now let's see if we can fill them in with the Smart Fill tool. Yes, I must have just moved something ever so slightly. And then take this virtual segment delete key and just delete these lines. What you're doing, you're making this badge deal on top look like it's on top. So we'll do the same thing here. I'm going to put that back to the back of the page. And when I do that, I'm just using a hotkey because I have a hotkey for back of page because I use it so much. Go ahead and do the Smart Fill tool just in case we do have a leak on this side, which we shouldn't. And then just take your virtual segment delete key and delete these lines. Then you delete these lines because they're not supposed to be showing through there. Now I've already typed out Chaplin, and this is going to be a lot easier. Let's get rid of that circle. Is to make a duplicate of this circle, Control D, and move it out of the way. Do the same thing we did a while ago. Fit text to path. It would help if you put a Chaplin on there. You see we're right in the middle. Now we want to be off that line a little bit. So you could go off and then use this to click it back toward the center. And that's an eyeball look. Now select all of it. Go to range, break text apart, and just nudge it over because we nudged it out. Now, the name is going to be the same thing as we did up here. The 2016 is just a little bit different, and I don't know if he wants to make that a new date. And the person I'm doing this for will actually make the file, or I'm going to send the file to you half completed. And I might finish it the next couple of days, but this should be easy. Basically just create a box around that circle with that star. Anyway, I truly hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.